Check 1 2, microphone check. Hey, Crypto Hop here. I just love seeing the green. Early it was maroon color, so we weren't all green yet. But let's check in with the market real quick. Then I want to share something with you at the end here. Let's just go through it. So we got the rates, the government opening, and lo and behold, the tariff thing it has settled down a little bit. We do have a little bit of clarity on that. So just looking at the rates is the first thing on here. Yesterday, see that 62.8%. This was for the next meeting in December. That's why we saw the market drop so heavily. There's some uncertainty like there. That was 24% yesterday. I don't know what sent it way up here, but it's around 62.8 as we speak. Okay, and I'm going to show you the shutdown. I see my chart here. I'm going to look at. We were hovering below my little support level here that was at 38.5, but it looks like it has creeped back up above there. So that's actually very important. On the day, we're already up 3.3-ish. So that's something. There's something going on. Something going on with some positive, at least more positive sentiment that we're looking at here. My thing keeps changing. Okay. XRP. XRP, it's been stagnant, people, right? I know we all want it to go to $100. That's not going to happen. My prediction, which I don't usually do, by the end of this phase in quarter four, around $5. 5 to 10, which is a wide range, but just, don't sit there and live on hopium and think that it's going to $100 this year. It's not, or next year. Okay, because if you do the math with the market cap, it's almost impossible to have that much money flowing. You got to remember, there's what is there, 100 billion tokens in the XRP ecosystem. That supply and demand discussion. There's too many coins. Okay, there isn't that scarcity that we see with other projects. That's just the reality of it. Don't get mad at me. It's just what it is. 6.1 up. That's big. Okay, now I wanted to. Today we're going to mostly talk about the government opening back up. Here is a quick little spreadsheet. This reminds me of the pandemic in terms of, they're only closing things that are non-essential is what it sounds like. So I got this list from my bot here. Social Security operating, payments on schedule. Department of Agriculture, high risk of disruption. So it's still open. I think the SNAP's in there. We're hearing a lot about that. They're running out of temporary money on that program. It leads me to believe like I don't know, man, the politicians are sitting here trying to take it to the very end. So the citizens get in this turmoil situation where we start blaming each other, and it's all the Republicans don't have a clear enough thing moving forward, and then the Republicans blame the Democrats, and then the Democrats don't vote to sign off. It's like, dude, come on. That's why I am a registered independent, and I am truly an independent. If anybody's interested, I don't talk about politics here, but I look at things on both sides. Just some of it's goofy, man. So operating with strain, the transportation's okay. TSA. Federal, the FAA, they are operating with delays. Department of Ed, partially operational. Look, I was a high school teacher for 22 years. I really do support education, but the Department of Ed, I have a lot of stories about what do those people do. It's crazy to me. National Institute of Health, significant disruption. Okay, now the healthcare areas it's a little bit sketchy. Centers for Disease Control, partially operational, which kind of makes sense. It's more of a science lab. Department of Veterans Affairs, opening, some furloughs. Smithsonian Institute closed. It's not essential. EPA, mostly closed, okay, because they're kind of a regulatory oversight agency. Department of Commerce, partially. Department of Energy, partially. Department of Interior, partially. Okay, so the DOJ is operating. The DHS operating, Homeland Security. Department of State is operating. Department of the Treasury, partially. That makes sense. Federal Reserve, fully independent. Okay, Federal Reserve, the independent agency, is fully operational. Okay, I mean, that's just, they have to manage the money. NASA's mostly closed. Postal Service, fully operational. So, hey, that's what that looks like. A lot to be said about that. I just wanted to give you guys the list that my bot came up with. And so I'm going to leave you with this. This new exchange called Definitive. It's unbelievable. People, you got to be careful when you're opening new accounts with different situations and things like that. I do have an affiliate link in the description here that is the correct one. If you click it and you open an account and make a trade or fund it, you do get 10% off of all of your trades for life, for the rest of your life. And so that does add up over time. But the reason why I'm in full support of this, and again, thank you, Economic Ninja. He brought this to my attention. I heard about it a long time, months ago. And you don't want to have too many hands in the iron, right? Too many moving parts. I've got a bunch of different exchanges, but honestly, so far I like this one the best. Okay, now I've done a couple of videos on how to set up a balanced portfolio. This is not financial advice. It's good to have that Coinbase account to start you off. It's the simplest one, but I'm telling you, this Definitive exchange is awesome because it seamlessly transfer things across different blockchains. That's very hard to do with a lot of these wallets and these exchanges and things, the self-custody wallet especially. But I connected one of my self-custody wallets, and it was just a seamless transfer of funds for like 0.001 cents. It blew my mind. Hey, by the way, I just moved some money off Venmo and accidentally clicked the wrong button, and it cost me 25 bucks to move like $2,000. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. Little word of caution. Be careful. It takes 3 days. The other one's free for 3 days to transfer over. Don't do unless you need it immediately. But man, what's the percentage of that? It's ridiculous. It's a horrible thing. Don't do that. So the definitive exchange looks like TradingView.com, and I have that charting service, the ones that I show you on those charts here. It looks a lot like that, which is basically they have a lot of the same buttons and everything, a similar technology, but here it is. And so, you know what? If you're interested, click that link below. I've got it is the correct one that you go to. It's pretty cool. Just play with it. Like, again, not all your eggs in one basket. It's good to have some funds on a couple different exchanges. Most importantly, because if we see a massive pump and we hit the panic button, we're trying to pull money off or do movements. A lot of times those bigger exchanges, they lock up. Definitive, I'm hearing, won't do that because it's spread out across all the change. Now, technically, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, but I trust the people that I trust to say that we're not going to see network disruptions on this next pump. So hang in there, everybody. That's my message for today. Good job going into the weekend here. Do something fun. Hey, get your mind off it. Like I said, get away from your workstation. And it's good to get a heart rate. Do something that gives you a little exercise. Very good for the system. Drink your water like always. Good water, that is. I just saw a thing saying that there's a list of like 15 or 20 different water bottles, that are toxic if you drink out of these bottles. So fortunately, I installed the distiller system at our house, and it was not easy. It was hard to do, but we drink that distilled water. You don't get your minerals from water. I know there's some discussion about that, but that's my message today. Crypto Hop signing off. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Do something fun. Peace out.